Hello, my dear students, grade 2A. This is Mr. Muhammad Sharaf. We'll start our other education session now. First of all, my dear students, if you hear me well, raise your hands, please. If you hear me well, raise your hands, please. Okay. I want all of you to open your Hodder book page 119, 120, as you see. The title of this lesson today is Anansi Goes to Lunch. Anansi Goes to Lunch. This is a new story. And I love this story, my dear students, so much. Okay, this story is a funny story, and I want you to focus here with me. Here we have two main questions in this story today, and I want you to find the answer in the story. Number one, where do you think this story take place? Where do you think this story take place? It means what is the setting of the story? After what? Fiction or non-fiction? Is this story fiction or non-fiction? Okay, so we will start first with the main part in the story. This is Anansi. I'm here with you, my dear students. Do you hear me well now? Do you hear me well now? Okay.
Yes.
Now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, listen to me. Okay, listen to me. As you see on the screen, Anansi is greedy. So if you meet someone who loves to take anything for him or to eat all the things, okay, so you have to say he is greedy. He is greedy. Okay, here we have the story, as you see. But first, we will listen to the story. We will listen to the story, and I want you to focus here now on the screen first. After that, we will read it together. Okay? So now, focus here on the screen.
Anansi goes to lunch, or why?
Can you hear the sound? Can you hear
Yes.
the
Yes.
Yes, we can hear the sound, mister.
with the mic? Be quiet. Listen now.
My spider has a small waist. Everyone knows that Anansi the spider is greedy, but sometimes he even surprises himself. One day, Anansi was on his way to market when he saw his friend Hippo. "Good day, Anansi," bellowed Hippo. "I was hoping to run into you today. We're having a lunch party for some friends. Your favorite African food. We're having pork roast, yams, rice and beans, and melon. Can you come, Anansi?" Anansi pictured the feast. Pork roast, yams, rice and beans and melon. His mouth watered. "Of course I'll come, Hippo, but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tell you what." Anansi reached into his pocket and pulled out a long string. "I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite." "Good enough, Anansi. I'll be seeing you soon." Hippo and Anansi waved goodbye and went on their way. Soon Anansi saw his friend Elephant coming away from the market with lots of bags. Anansi. I'm glad to see you. We're having some friends over to our house for lunch today, and we'd love for you to come. We're having American foods, hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, and apple pie. Can you come, Anansi? Anansi's imagination went to work. He could almost see those hamburgers and hot dogs and smell the apple pie. Of course he wanted to come, but Anansi had already been invited to Hippo's house, and he wanted pork roast too. He pulled out some more string. Sure, I can come, Anansi answered, but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string, and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite. Good thinking, Anansi. I'll be pulling the string soon. Elephant went off with the string around his trunk, carrying all of his bags.
Okay, my dear students, till now, how many invitations does Anansi have to lunch? How many
Two.
invitations does Nancy have to lunch? Two. Okay.
Two.
Okay. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Anansi was happy. 2 invitations to lunch on the same day. And his favorite foods. Anansi licked his lips and thought about those delicious meals. When he reached the market, Anansi saw his friend Zebra. Hey, Anansi, called Zebra. I'm having a lunch party at my house today, and I'd like for you to come. We're having Italian food. Pizza, spaghetti, lasagna, and ravioli. Can you join us? Zebra asked. He showed Anansi the food he had just bought. Anansi pictured pizza with the works and spaghetti and meatballs and steamy lasagna. Hey, Anansi, called. Anansi was
Look
happy.
now in your book, grade 2A. Look now in your book, grade 2A. You will find that this is the start of our story in your book. Okay, this is the beginning of our story in your book. Here, Anansi was happy to invitation to lunch on the same day. Okay, this is the beginning of the story in our book. So you have to pay attention here, my dear students. Okay, we'll complete now.
String around my waist and away. Soon Anansi saw his friend Elephant come. Dogs, french fries, and apple pie. Can you come, Anansi? Anansi's imagination and of course he wanted to come, but Anansi had already been invited to Hippo's house, and he wanted pork roast too. He pulled out some more string. Sure, I can come, Anansi answered, but I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tie this string around my waist, and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string, and I'll come running, and I'll bring my appetite. Good thinking, Anansi. I'll be pulling the string soon. Elephant went off with the string around his trunk, carrying all of his bags. Anansi was happy. 2 invitations to lunch on the same day. And his favorite foods. Anansi licked his lips and thought about those delicious meals. When he reached the market, Anansi saw his friend Zebra. Hey, Anansi, called Zebra. I'm having a lunch party at my house today, and I'd like for you to come. We're having Italian food. Pizza, spaghetti, lasagna, and ravioli. Can you join us? Zebra asked. He showed Anansi the food.
Mister. Mister.
Anything, Anansi answered. I have some waste, and you take the other end. When the lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string
Okay, my dear students, sorry for this problem on the internet. Okay, be with me.
What a great day! 3 lunch invitations and all of my favorite foods. I wonder when lunch will be ready, Anansi thought as he chose fruits and vegetables for dinner. Just as he reached for a big yellow squash, one of the strings began to tighten around his waist, and he got yanked backwards off his feet. Oh boy, time to eat! Anansi yelled as he got up off the ground. But just then, yank! Another string was pulled tight, and Anansi went splat right onto his face. I didn't expect 2 lunches to be ready at the same time, he said as he got up and dusted himself off. But suddenly, yank! The third string was pulled tight, and Anansi fell down again. Anansi got up and began to shake off the dust when yank, yank, yank! All 3 strings were pulled tight at the same time. Anansi's waist was being pulled in 3 directions. Anansi was pulled this way and that way until pop, pop, pop! The strings broke one right after the other. Anansi's waist had gotten smaller and smaller until it was no bigger around than a doorknob. As Anansi sat around waiting for his waist to expand again, he had time to think. I guess it's not such a good idea to be so greedy.
And this is the end of our story, my dear students. Now I want all of you to open your book. In our story today, Anansi goes to lunch. Anansi is a spider, as you see. Anansi was happy to invitation to lunch on the same day, okay, as you see in the video, and his favorite foods. Anansi licked his lips and thought about those delicious meals. Okay, when he reached the market, what happened when he reached the market? Anansi saw his friend Zebra. Anansi saw his friend Zebra. Hey, Anansi, called Zebra. I'm having a lunch party at my house today, and I'd like for you to come. We are having Italian food, pizza, spaghetti, lasagna, and ravioli. Can you join us? Zebra asked. He showed Anansi the food he had just bought. It means that this is the third invitation for him. Okay, on the same day. Anansi pictured pizza and spaghetti and meatballs and steaming lasagna, and he began to drool. Drool means want to eat all of these things. He couldn't miss this. Anansi reached into his pocket for one more piece of string. This is the third string. I wouldn't miss it for anything, Nancy answered. But I have some things to do before lunch. I'll tie this string around my waist and you take the other end. When lunch is ready to be eaten, just pull on the string and I'll come running and I'll bring my appetite. Deborah went towards his home and Nancy began to shop. Shop here means buy, to buy something. What a great day! 3 lunch invitation and all of my favorite foods. I wonder when lunch will be ready. Nancy thought as he chose fruits and vegetables for dinner. Just as he reached for a big yellow squash, one of the string began to tighten around his waist, start to move around his waist, as you saw. And he got yanked backwards of his feet. Oh boy, time to eat, Anansi yelled as he got up off the ground. But just then, and here the writer wants you to complete the story from your imagination, but I think you understand everything about the story from the video. Okay, my dear students? Do you have any problem in this story, my dear students? Who will start to answer the questions? Who will
No.
start to answer the questions? Here, please keep quiet. Don't make noisy. Just answer yes or no. Okay, don't make noisy. Here we have the first question. As you see, what's the title of the story? The title is Anansi Goes to Lunch. Okay, here we have the second question. Who are the characters here? Here in this part, my dear students, in the story. Who are the characters in the story? Here in this part, not in the video. So here we have Omar Haytham. Yes, Omar.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Omar. Who are the characters?
Zebra and Nancy.
Anansi and Zebra. Excellent. Anansi and Zebra. So this is the answer, my dear students, about this question, as Omar Haytham said. Okay, the second question or the third one. Okay. Here I want all of you to open your book page 120. You will find that we have 5 questions about Anansi and his lunch. Okay, quickly. Here we have A, B, C, D. We will answer these questions quickly, grade 2A. I will answer with you the first question. Who want to answer it? Why did Anansi not want to say no to Zebra? Why did Anansi not want to say no to Zebra? Okay. If you know the answer, raise your hand. If you don't know the answer, you can find the answer in the story. Yes, Adam Atay.
Yes, Mister. He like
Yes, Adam. Can you give me the answer?
Italian. He likes the Italian food because he likes the
Okay.
Italian
Wait and
food.
check the answer with me, Adam. Okay, you can read the answer now, Adam, on the
No.
screen.
Yes, I can. Because
Yes,
he didn't want to miss out of his favorite food.
because he didn't want to miss out his favorite food. Thank you, Adam. Okay, here we have the second question. Question B, why should Anansi have said no to Zebra? Why should Anansi have say no to Zebra? He can say no, thank you very much. Okay, I have to refute this invitation today. Here we have Omar Islam. Yes, Omar.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Omar, can you give me the answer?
Why should Nancy have said no to Zebra?
To Zebra. Do you know the answer, Omar? Omar Islam.
Yes,
Do you know the answer? Yes or no? No problem.
no.
Okay, no problem, Omar. Put your hand down and think about the answer. It will be very easy. Yes, Tamrad one. Give me the answer.
Why should Nancy have said no to this? Is it the same question as
No, no. If you have your book, you will find that this is different. And number one, why did Anansi not want? He didn't want to say no because he loves all the food. But
because
in number one, why should Anansi have say no to Zebra?
why should Nancy have because he already has two
Because he
invitation.
already had 2 lunch invitations. So this
Yes.
is enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
So we can say, no, thank you very much. Make it another day. Okay. Okay. Your
Okay.
homework, my dear students, for this part will be C and D. C and D will be your homework. Now I want all of you to close your book and focus with me here on the screen. Okay. We want to underline the verb in the following sentence. We want to underline the verb in the following sentence here. Number one, I bought a new bicycle a week ago. I like it very much. So where is the verb here in the first sentence? Take care. Maybe you will find more than one verb, maybe 2 verbs. So take care, grade 2A. Here we have Mazen Mustafa. Yes, Mazen. Can you give me the answer? I bought a new bicycle a week ago. I like it very much. Mazen, do you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, Mazen, give me the
but good,
Okay.
but
But,
but
okay. But, so it will be I bought a new bicycle a week ago. I like it very much. Just boat, Mazen?
No.
Do we have another verb here in the first sentence? Number 1?
Like.
Yes, like. Give me the answer directly, Mazen. What's the problem with you today? Do you want to sleep?
No.
Okay, Mazen. Okay. Here I have number 2. Thank you, Mazen. Our teacher met us in the street. This is in the past. Here we have Ahmed Abdullah. Hello, Ahmed.
Yes, mister.
Yes, Ahmed. Our teacher met us in the street. What is the verb here in this sentence?
Met.
Met. Excellent, Ahmed. Thank you. Here we have number 3. My brother helped my father yesterday. So here we have Omar Abu Hilal. Hello, Omar.
Yes, mister. My brother helped.
Hilal. Okay. He had another. Here we have.
Helped.
Omar. Quickly give me the answer, please. My brother helped my father yesterday. Yeah.
Helped. Helped.
Okay, thank you. So it will be help it here. Number 4.
I say the answer, but you don't hear me.
No problem, Omar, no problem. Sorry for the problem on the internet today. His mother made a cake for him. His mother made a cake for him, Muayyad. Muayyad Muhammad. Made. Excellent, Muayyad. Number 5. My mother usually helps me in my homework. Here we have Dari.
Hello, mister.
Hello, Dari. What is the verb here in this sentence, Dari? My mother usually helps me in my homework.
Me.
What?
Me.
Me is a pronoun. We are talking about verbs. Verbs like bought, like, met, help, it made.
Mother.
What is this, Dari? Can you read this?
Helps.
Helps. This is the answer. Thank you, Dari. The last sentence with us today, my dear students, number 6. We cleaned our class, then washed our hands. Here we have, we didn't answer with me. Tamim Saad. Hello, Tamim.
Hello, mister.
Can you give me the answer, Tamim?
Cleaned and washed.
Excellent. So the answer will be cleaned and washed. Okay, page 100. Page 121, my dear students, we have a new story in this page. The title of the story is Myth. Myth means legend, and it will be our coming story, inshallah, or next story. I want all of you to read it and prepare it for our next session next week, inshallah. Thank you very much, grade 2A. I hope that you understand our session today.
Bye. But it
And goodbye.
bye. But actually, it's on the Avengers movie too. It's Thor.